Hello, lovelies. Today's story is brought to you by me and Sammy. Sammy the puppy. Anyways, okay. Today, I'm going to tell you about the time that we, not me, they, set cottage property on fire. This is a very long time ago. This is not recent. This is when I was like in my early 20s, so I'll try to remember things as best I can because, I'm only 35. So, I was over by a dock, and the person who had the cottage was like, "Hey, let's go get a bonfire going." And we're like, "Yeah, go ahead, start it." We're sitting on the dock, it's sunny. They were a bit worried about the bugs, so they're like, no, we need to get a bonfire going. At this point, there also had been some alcohol involved because it was a cottage, and we liked to indulge on cottage girl weekends. So there's some alcohol. She went over to light the fire, and there was another girl went with her. And then some observers. I was ignoring it because I was on the dock just enjoying the last of the sunshine and just chatting away with somebody. And all of a sudden, I look over. There is a bonfire. It seemed to be bombing up super high. I was going to say as high as my pergola, but that would be exaggeration. I exaggerate sometimes. It was huge bonfire. But then it went on the grass, continued over the grass, up a tree. So, and then the lake caught on fire, but I'll get to that. I was standing with the girl, and I'm like, well, that's something over there, isn't it? I should go investigate. And help. More investigation. Funny enough, like nobody. This is before cell phones, so we didn't. I mean, there were cell phones, but we didn't have them at that. We weren't recording everything to put on the internet. I don't know that there was internet. There may have been internet. There was internet. So I squirrel. It's my ADHD. Anyways. I go over. At this point, it is bonfire, the property leading up to a tree, going up the tree, and then all along the water side where it's all rocks and little brush and stuff, that was on fire as well. And so what happened was they were lighting the fire with a gas can. And now I wasn't there, so I can't quite understand how this happened, but I feel like they might have had a bit of a spark, and they took that gas can and just poured it on thinking, I just need a little bit more fire. And the flame caught going up from the fire right up to the gas can. So that went on fire, that little pouring. Gas can caught on fire. So that was thrown to the ground by the tree, and that's why the tree ignited, going up the tree. And then they panicked and grabbed it and threw it into the lake. So it's got gasoline, as she says, it was only a little bit of gasoline, but gasoline causes fire. Doesn't matter how much. So it's on fire. It's floating in the lake on fire. And the dock is like, I want to say it's like a T-shaped, I don't know, L-shaped. It goes up and then it turns to the side. And flaming gas can with all the fire of flaming water around it, because it's spilling out and it's just on fire, is floating towards the dock that is wood. a huge dock that is about to ignite because that thing and the fire and the water was on fire. So the person that started the fire was very intoxicated. That's a fancy word. Yeah, she was drunk. Standing. Siri didn't understand, but don't worry about it, Siri. I'm going to tell the story. So she was standing there going, "It's okay, guys. It's going to go out." Just super calm, not upset, not scared, not panicking. I have another friend who's yelling, "Call the fire department, call 911," and is taking buckets of water and throwing it onto the flames, but that kind of just spread it. And then I was like, I saw this on TV. I'm gonna get a rake. And I found a, like, not leaf rake, but like the one with the real hard claws. So I got that guy, and I'm like, I've seen firemen take rakes to the dirt because the dirt was on fire. Everything was on fire. So I'm like, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna like hit it with my rake. And turns out that spreads the fire. Doing that, firemen are professional. I'm kind of 911, but I'm like 911 on the inside. Like the 911 victims come to me at my job. So I'm not 911. I would not do well in that situation because I had a rake and I was spreading it, and I didn't stop because I'm like, it's gonna work because I see it on TV. And as we're doing that, it has gone up the tree, but now has gone down. So that's a good thing. What's not a good thing is the can is still going towards the dock. So I have one friend who has a bucket, and she's the one that's like, "Oh, 911, this is really terrible. This is," she was legit, and it was legit. It was a big fire. I have another friend in the background still trying to salvage the fire, putting sticks on it instead of helping with the forest fire. And it's surrounded by trees and cottages, and we're in the middle of God knows where in the bush. And she's like, "I'm just going to keep going with the fire. I'm going to keep fixing it." So she's TPing it up. Everybody's had alcohol. So she's TPing it up, not noticing that, hell is all happening behind her. Or she did, and she was on page, "It's just going to go away." I was on page, "I got to do something," because when I talk to the court and be like, "Why did you just stand there and do nothing?" I can't be that person. So I took a bucket that was full of all the papers to light the fire. And I went over to the dock and I started scooping up the water, but the water's full of gasoline. So I'm now scooping up gasoline water, and sorry, I use my hands a lot. I need to have like one of those stands that I can just talk with my hands. So I'm now spreading the fire in the water, but the other girl that has the bucket is very smart, and she's like, no, you have to hit the water before the flaming gas can, to push it and give it a wake so that it can go back the other way, towards the cottage. It makes sense to me. So I'm doing that, and at this point, oh no, we have another friend that was helping. I just don't remember what, but I remember she was walking around doing stuff, and then everyone else kind of just stood in shock, or was just like, "Yeah, let's go out. It was a long time, and there's people going by in kayaks. Anyways, there was probably some yelling, some screaming, some laughter. Because I will tell you, when I noticed that there was a person still trying to work on that fire as we're putting out the forest fire, that was funny. Anyways, I've been talking for 10 minutes, people. We saved the day. We took out the fire. We resumed. We didn't have another fire that night. No, we did. We had a fire. We still had a fire, I think. Yeah, we did. It's okay. We survived. Sorry.